so we were right about opening higher. Right, like what would like this pop and drop from the economic information, and then a low first thing in the morning. Looks like it was a little bit after first thing in the morning, but still a significant low there. And then we have this like rally back midday, right? Rally back midday, and then another price swing where we have this sharp drop around 2:30. What time was this? 2:15ish, 2:10, 2:15ish. So that was right on the ball. And then we should have this fast sudden move higher, marking the end of the period of volatility as we like go towards the close. There should be like the closer we get to the close, the more likely we are to have like a fast sudden move higher, but it's after a period of volatility. And it doesn't look like that move higher lasts because in the post-market we have this decline, or this post-market card we have this decline to multiple support levels. That post-market card usually happens either right after the close, around the close, or in the post-market, or the following, like you open with a gap in that behavior. Pretty clear trade here on the 14th. Open up a long position in the morning, close a long position around noontime. Maybe sooner than noontime might make sense. To, like a fast sudden move higher that probably takes place between 10 and 11 somewhere, or excuse me, between 11 and 12 somewhere. I would use that as an opportunity to get out of the long position, open up a short position. And the following weekend on the 17th, oops. U-shaped dip. And we have a cross congruency here first thing in the morning. Right about us having a lower price level the following morning, see, because we went in here and this ends up being lower than the prior day. It just happened a little bit later than in the day than I would have expected. And this right here is that peak up through resistance. We stay above it briefly and then we break back down to the same price level with a full retracement. We go from the support back to the support. Here's the price swing kind of behavior for the two of wands. Victory card takes us into a breakout right here out of this resistance, which took place after some sideways fluidity along key support. And you can see sideways fluidity right here. Right, so the early part of this 3 o'clock hour should be either like decline or like wild volatility, and then that ends with this fast sudden move higher, which looks like probably takes place right around the close. Hey. Let's take a look at Bitcoin and see. Give me 1 sec. It's just, where is it? I'm waiting for this like trough here, but we're now on the 12th of April. I mean, you got to give it about 2 weeks wiggle room, right? And then there's this failed attempt to break through key resistance. This is key resistance right here, and everybody's expecting us to break through, I would imagine. Hermes, are you knocking all my stuff over? Come here, you goofball. You're such a good boy, Hermes. You wanna go sleep? Go sleep over here. Good boy. Good boy. Hermes. It's climbing all over my desk. So let's see. Hermes, come on, man. I'm trying to work here. Do I see a massive drop in Bitcoin in the evening today? So we have this crest and this decline through multiple supports. Should see more decline here, yeah. Especially the end of the day on the 12th. So like in the post-market, probably, or like what we would consider for stocks post-market. But yeah, there's a pretty notable decline here on the cusp of the 12th, 13th. Reversal here on the first, decline with a fast send move higher at the end of it, erratic behavior back and forth, drop, breakout, what is this, the third, the fourth, breakout here. Attempt to establish support. Volatility. This was the 6th. Looks like this is probably the art card right here. On the 8th, a little bit behind there. And then we have this important price level highlighted on the 8th. Looks like we break through it into the 9th. There's a period of like a price level here on the 9th that offers opportunity to position oneself in both directions. I mean, end of day here I see decline, or like evening hours decline, overnight decline, and then there's a resistance level that's highlighted on the 13th, or after the decline. There's this resistance level that's highlighted that we failed to break through multiple times. Maybe the same resistance that we see on the 14th may not be, but there's another resistance level on the 14th that we poked through 3 times and then we dropped pretty sharply. And that should bring us into a lowest low, which is a pretty big drop. So maybe we're a little off here. But there's a second location where we likely have a lowest low, which is here on the 18th and 19th. So maybe that sets us up to get into a lowest low here on the 18th, 19th, or maybe there's a huge drop. Who knows? This could indicate a pretty big drop here on the cusp of the 12th, 13th. Definitely indicates decline. It might not be a huge drop, but it'll be notable in some regard because we've got this ruin here. I think we're bearish. I would be bearish AU on Bitcoin right now. Hey, Mark. Yeah, space is pissing me off right now. I do all this work and then it goes sideways on me. It's like, it really puts me in a bad mood. Well, so we have this big drop in early April. It's there, it's on the thing, and then there's this establishment of support about mid-April and a big move to the upside. Like a notable move on a 1-year chart off of the low there, mid-April, it looks like. So probably this volatility that ends with a fast sudden move higher off of the low, and that fast sudden move higher might very well take us to the high because of the way that these cards are kind of set up. There's a unicursal as well in early May, so like there's a significant high here between April and May that we fall from pretty notably, and then we have another prominent crest or peak in June. So I'm just waiting for this decline to end, but it's there, it's in the prediction. Out of which there should be a rally along a diagonal trend line, breaking through horizontal resistance to meet a second resistance before pulling back to somewhere between those two price levels. And it looks like that rally probably starts mid-April, so it's just around the corner somewhere. And look at April. Okay, well, since that wasn't the lowest low, I don't think. Oh no, we were on point there. We were on point there. It's looking more and more to me like the rally that's going to take us to this to these highs I'm talking about for the years closer towards the end of the year. Like, since it didn't take place here, well, it might still, but that would be a huge move, right? That would be a huge move here in the end of April, early March. But let's say it doesn't take us to a highest high there or highest high thus far this year. What I see is at the end of the year, there's highest highs as well. So, good chance that it takes us a little longer to get there, but we still get there. Although I do want to exit SPCE before the end of the year because 2024 is looking pretty bearish for it. Like, it's probably the highest high is probably here where the Ace of Swords and Ace of Discs line up. One's overlapping the other. That's probably where our highest high is, and then we probably revisit it again on the cusp of November, December. So, like, as far as like being in a long position, there is movement to the upside here in the second half of April. There may be a merger. I think I left this out of the prediction, but I was picking up on possibly some sort of merger here in early May. There's like a merger acquisition that's highlighted, either that or like a decision between two executives that impacts SPC pretty dramatically, and it looks like it impacts it to the positive, at least at first. But you gotta be careful around this cusp, right? We go from like this low to this high, and then there's unicursal, which means we probably have a pretty sharp drop there off of the high in early May. Looks like we could have another cusp here in the first or second week of May. And looking at this with kind of like increased understanding of the reverse clairvoyance from when I did this reading, which was a while ago, I have a better understanding of some of these clairvoyant anchors, and there's a good possibility that this is indicating a low here, like a lowest low. In April, this labradorite could indicate a lowest low. A little early to tell, but that's possible. It's possible that I got the lowest low off and it's here. But to summarize, there's definitely bullish behavior coming towards the end of April. If you're stuck in options, it might be pretty tricky for you. If you're in actual shares, I would say just hold. If you're in options expirations, if you have like a May expiration, I'd probably hold tight. In April, it's kind of tricky. It depends on how far out in April. Hey, what do you mean 5 of Swords? Do you mean 5 of Discs? Oh, nice. They're for July. You should be solid. I forgot you got them for July. I was stressed about that one, Mark. Oh. I'm glad to hear that. Hey, Round Earth. Yeah, so I am seeing highs at the end of the month, which is it's contradictory to what the overall theme card says. It happens occasionally, but I mean, it could indicate that I'm off on this. When I look at the 1 year though for Bitcoin, I mean, we're pretty solid. We're pretty solid on it. Up until this big move here, we're solid on, and then there's supposed to be this decline that takes place. Instead, we're getting this sideways behavior. It's because I think people are expecting us to break through. That's what this disappointment card is about. When a technical chart pattern indicates that we're going higher and people are expecting that to take place, but instead we end up going lower. My only worry is that this right here, this dip right here that we had in early March, which I take as the prominent prominent trough that we have in early March, a prominent trough indicator. It could be that it was combined with the Ace of Cups, and that was the Ace of Cups opportunity. But it seems unlikely to me because, like, we don't need 3 cards here all indicating a low. Like, it doesn't. It's unlikely. There's got to be a drop here. Followed by this move to the upside. And it probably brings us back to the same. So, like, when we drop, that'd be the opportunity to get in, and then there's a rally probably back to the same price levels that we're at right now, around this price level. Then we have another drop, and that offers another opportunity to open up a long position. So, like, any drops at this point with Bitcoin, any drops I see as well, I've seen this for a long time, but notably, like, any drops that we see on a 1 year scale or a year to chart scale are going to be opportunities to buy at this point. That's my sense. Whoa, 800 contracts. Whew. Yeah, my man. Well, I'm keeping an eye on it. Don't worry about that. It's definitely on my radar. SPC. I'm still in it myself. I do have a different position though. I've got shares of SPC, or my family does, not me, but my family. AG888, welcome. Is pumping to $3 in May. I think, do I have a Doge? I think I have a Doge for May up. Let me see. Yeah, there's a May published. You've got a paid version for sale of Dogecoin as well. Where is it? Oh yeah, it pushes the upper end of a range higher in May. Dogecoin does. At some point, there's a key resistance level, and it's crossed with like a pushing upper end of a range higher. Looks like, especially towards the end of the month, there's this big push to the upside. Yeah, see, I did expect a pullback. Remember, I did say there would be a pullback before we go higher. I did not expect it to go this low, that's for sure. Alright, we recommended it here. pretty good move to the upside, and then I indicated that there would be a downturn before another big move higher. I just didn't expect us to get a better opportunity here. I mean, Mark, you and I were talking about it in a private session, how like late March, early April would be an opportunity, like the last opportunity, like big opportunity. If I'm not mistaken, I believe that's what we discussed. Well, rounders, be careful when you sell options. You're on the hook, right? Like somebody can exercise those options at any time. So once you sell them, it's out of your control. If the market goes against you, like you can be forced to exercise. Depends on what you're selling. Selling call options or put options, you know. Oh man, Mark, I'm gonna do my best to do right by you, my man. I don't want to let your followers down either. I'm kind of in a funk. Like March, I had quite a few March readings that were not up to my par. Like I just don't consider them quality compared to what I normally do. With that said, guys, if you did purchase one of those readings and it ended up being like poop, and by poop I mean like the direction, the overall theme direction was the wrong direction, or I got both the high and the low wrong, I would say let me know and we'll give you a buy one get one free coupon for May. So for Doge, I think I did a Doge 1 year before we started doing paid 1 year, so let's see. Oh yeah, so Doge is the one with the two aces in the theme in the crossing position, so a lot of ground is covered in Doge throughout 2023 as far as price change. Early February, come up a little bit here. March. Low. I'm off on the lowest low here, but I was right about this significant move here in early April to the upside, offering an opportunity to open up a short position. Then we get into prudence territory, which means first off that this price level here is an important price level. This is going to act as an important price level at the 10-cent mark. It correlates to the Ace of Swords. Interesting. So we have Ace of Cups energy at the low in January. We have Ace of Cups and Ace of Swords energy in February. We've got a low and a high there, right? We've got in early March. This is where it goes a little sideways. There's a support level there. Oh Oh, well, it's around the high, actually, so that's not necessarily. We were looking to turn this resistance here into support around the high. That's what that orange correlation is. Ace of Swords trying to turn that into... Sorry, Ace of Cups trying to turn that into like a new bottom, but it didn't work out. Anyhow, so we're in April sideways fluctuations, or multiple false bottoms, tops, or misdirection there. Looks like we're probably ahead, and this lowest low was here, ahead of this rally. So I think this is probably a lowest low, is my sense. Yeah, because we've got Ace of Cups energy. That's what it is. We go from an Ace of Cups to like this big move to the upside, Ace of Wands. We should have another notable trough at the end of the month, like on the cusp of April, May. But there's a big move mid-May. It looks like a big move, and we have like highs at the end of the month probably. What does the May one say? Let me see. Yeah, highs at the end of the month. Low early on. That makes sense. Low early on, highs at the end of the month. Maybe not the very end of the month, but towards the end of the month. So like probably this is the high here on the 20th. So leveraging in Dogecoin, let's take a look at the 10-year. Sorrow card, huh? Interesting. Chart. Oh, there we go. This is Bitcoin. What happened to Dogecoin? It's possible that we have a new high there on a multi-year scale. But overall, on like a multi-year scale, Dogecoin, we're looking for short opportunities, it looks like. Although the Magus card means there's a lot of movement. We could see a lot of movement in both directions and make money in both directions. But what I see here is like a new high, at least local high on a multi-year scale in 2023. And then it looks like at the end of the year, on the cusp of 2023, 2024, we drop into a significant trough for Dogecoin in the like multi-year kind of scale. I would look for opportunities there in the cusp of 23, 24, to open up long positions, and then there's a high somewhere towards the end of 24, possibly in 2025, but off of that high there's a big decline, so you got to be careful there. I like it, Round Earth. I'm gonna check it out. SCHD, huh? Let me add that to my list. Take a look. Did I skip anybody? I feel like I might have skipped somebody. Hey Hamza. Solana, we have a couple of predictions on Solana. We've got where's Sol? There we go. So we got a 10-year prediction for Solana. And we got a 2023 prediction for Solana. Take a look at that. So guys, what we're going to start doing is one of the members' benefits here on YouTube is going to be opportunity to participate in polls. And we're going to take regular polls of the predictions that people want to see monthlies for. And that's how I'm going to determine the next month's predictions. Unless there's something that I really want to highlight, then I'll throw it in there no matter what. But I think that's the best way for us to go about it, because I can't take like unlimited requests, but I want to make sure that I'm doing the ones that people want to see too. So polls will be the way to do it. And that'll be part of a paid membership. Solana, here we go. Yeah, 2023 is super bullish for Solana. Got these three crisscrosses back and forth through the same price level. And it's possible that we have a new high in 24. In any case, this is a super bullish one, guys. Like, Solana's super bullish. We pushed the upper end of a range higher on a multi-year scale in the following 10-year period. So, like, even into the 2030s, this is a super bullish stock. Or coin, I should say, excuse me. there's a pretty juicy trade if you were to enter in early, like before this big rally that increases with momentum moving forward in time into a new, at least local high on a multi-year scale. But I think it's probably a new high on a multi-year scale on the cusp of 23, 24, or in 24. So this is one to get into. It's already at $23, but still. AU, I'm not sure exactly because I've never actually done one, but it'll be part of. We're gonna launch free members, or excuse me, paid memberships on YouTube because we have. Remember, I did a video where I was like, I need to manifest a way to do recurring payments. Well, voila! It might not be through a merchant account, which we're still having difficulty with. We don't have enough like income from the business yet for them to care enough to have us sign on, but we can do recurring on YouTube. So we're setting up some different membership levels. And one of the things that you'll get in the paid membership is ability to participate in the polls. I'm not sure if it's like something that pops up when you log on to YouTube or if it's an email or what. I've never done it. So this is the period of volatility, and we should see a fast sudden move higher the closer we get to the close. It's not going to be like something that cancels out all the downward energy. It's not going to be like a huge move, but towards the close there should be a move to the upside, followed by another move down. And there's opportunity there at the low, well, the first low anyways, to open up long position, and then you could have closed that long position here around 2 o'clock. Nice, that would have been a solid day trade. With this big move to the downside, volatility, and then a fast sudden move higher around the close. Might do a little sideways rotation around the close too, along support. But what I'm looking to do is get into a long position on the 13th. It's a pretty tricky move. There's a day trade in there. Decline and Prince of Discs. See how the science card is appearing here in the low position? That could lead, that could be inferring that there's a low, like a lowish low as well, because it's an important technical price level on more than just a one-day chart. The science card always indicates an important technical price level on a scale larger than the scale of the reading. So like if you see the science card on a one-day chart, it means it's an important price level on a 1 month scale at least. If you see it on a 1 month chart, it means it's an important price level on a year to date at least. If you see it on a 1 year, it means it's an important price level on a multi-year chart. See, like we end May, SPC ends May with an opportunity to open up a long position too, which does speak of bullishness in June. And we have this where I see a high. We have an Ace of Cups, which is opportunity in a decline off of the high to open a long position, which is also notably bullish. I think we probably see it again there, but it might also speak towards June being higher. Did E-Trade just close? Great. Yeah, see, this looks very much like... Swings into there. There should be a move to like to the upside to a pretty notable resistance. We'll have to see where. But I'm in this until $55 or until October, November, whichever comes first. Oh, sorry, AV. Yeah, let me take a look. That's my ADD for you. um. I want to double check and make sure that oppression card is a no card. Give me one sec. Just check my notes. Let me just do it here. Yeah, no card. Okay, so we open lower on the 13th, or excuse me, on the 14th. But that's probably after a bit of a rally here towards the end of the day. What probably happens is we probably see the same low. That's my sense. Let me take a look here. That's May. Where did the April go? Or did we lose April? What happened? Okay. Oh, it's right there. Try to keep these things organized. Alright, so there's April. I don't know what's wrong with me. I got such serious ADD today. So like on the 14th, there's a bullish trade first thing in the morning, open up a long position and close it around this rally midday. It's possible that that's the same. What happened to all my charts? They like got all screwed up. Wow, that's so annoying. Yeah, okay, so we may see the same low again. It looks like I think it might be too risky. And why does it keep going back over there? That's really annoying me. I'm trying to stay organized and it keeps moving on its own. Wow. That is so annoying. Good old Mercury retrograde for you. Thank you, my God. See, we got the universe card is pretty significant on the 1 year as well. That's space. What the heck? It's like moving them on its own, so I'm trying to organize them and it keeps moving them. I'm sorry guys, like it's just too many windows open. If it keeps moving them around, it's going to be like ridiculous for me to keep finding them. Because it doesn't say what they are. Oh my God, I'm just closing windows. This is getting out of hand. It's pissing me off. What do I have, 2 Aprils open, or is it just not working? Do you see this, guys? I'm trying to open this, and it keeps opening the other one. It would have been fine if it doesn't keep reorganizing them for me, but it does, so there's no point in me keeping them all open. It's just going to confuse me. Oh my God. That's why I couldn't find my 1 year, because it got closed. There you go. so we've got the low, April low. We have the universe card there, and we've got the universe card here. So we probably revisit the low that we see tomorrow. We probably revisit it on the 14th, and then I think we probably see it again here at the science card. I'll be really surprised if there isn't like a big bullish move here towards the end of the week. Low or no low. But I would say you got to be, if you're going to open up a long position here on the 13th, you got to be pretty, I don't know if I would, honestly. It's not clear enough. There's opportunity to open a short position midday, so like you could do a day trade where you open a long around like 11 and then close it around 12:30ish, probably something like that. But it's pretty tight. It's a pretty tight trade. I would say close out of short position. I would just close out of a short position probably here at the Empress card. And then I do a long position, a long day trade here in the morning on the 14th, close it midday on the 14th. Possibly open a short position there, it looks like. It's kind of tricky, AV 1111. It's kind of tricky, right? Because we've got some back and forth going on. You could open up. Hey, it was luck. We're just going over that right now, actually. I'm trying to get a better chart here. I'm going to look at them a few days at once here. Yeah, so we're not far from a lowest low. I really feel strongly we have a lowest low tomorrow. Probably see it again. It's either a lowest low thus far tomorrow and a lower one the following day, or it's the same low tomorrow and the following day. But it could be a lower. Sometimes the lowest low ends up being a lowest low thus far. It happens sometimes, which means there's a lower one to come. And it is kind of like the type of chart where that could be possible. But there's got to be a big move here at the end of the week here, of the third week of April. I would say it's not a bad place if you're opening up a long position to hold like past the 27th. The 13th isn't a bad place to open up a long position. You could also open up that long position on the 14th. You could open up that long position on the cusp of the 17th and the 18th. There was a good day trade here after a decline through multiple support levels when rotating sideways along support, closing it when rotating sideways along support. You can see pretty solid. First thing in the morning trade. Close out at a low. Early morning. Another trade here around 2. Close out of that support. That's that short position tomorrow around probably 11 o'clock, it looks like. But tomorrow overall should be a bullish day. It should be. Either that or there's a big rally followed by a decline at the end of the day that takes us to a lower price level again. It's possible. If you wanted to do a day trade tomorrow, there's day trades tomorrow. Because definitely don't want to chase the rally. Don't chase any rally tomorrow, that's for sure. Then we open lower on the 14th from where we close on the 13th. Ace of Discs is another tricky card to determine opening higher or lower the following day. But based on what I'm seeing here, I think we probably open lower. If we don't open lower, we end up lower. So those of you that maybe might have purchased, not all of my predictions in March were bad. Some of them were really on point. There's more than a few that I would have liked to have seen done better though. So if you've got one of those readings where like it just went sideways on us, there's a buy one get one free coupon. Just contact me through the website and we'll hook you up, or contact me through email and we'll hook you up. Because for the most part our predictions are accurate. It's not like we need to do like refunds or anything like that, but it does make sense for us to kind of like help out, because they were in the 70s, like as far as accuracy. I'd say in the 70s. That's really bad. That's really bad for me. I don't like to see that ever. I was in a bad energetic place. I also was trying something new with some of the reverse clairvoyant cards. The technique didn't pan out. We're back to how things were. That's SO meta-analysis, constantly in development. Opening lower tomorrow is my sense. And with that said, guys, I'm going to roll. Thank you so much for watching, as always. Make sure to follow that rule of karma. You do that here on the resource tab of our website, wherever I put that website. We've also got a bunch of May predictions for sale. But here at the resources tab is where you follow the rule of karma. 5% of the profits back to the channel, 5% of the profits forward to one of these charities, and make sure you spend that money out of love. As long as you do that, my friends, the universe is going to